Welcome to the Unapologetic Mompreneur, the podcast for mums with an online business who are ready to take back their time, home, business, and self so they can restore the balance and thrive, both at home and at work, without feeling like they have to choose between the two. I'm your host, Sarah Dew, life and biz coach for mompreneurs. I'm also a mum, stepmom, wife, introvert, breast cancer survivor, and your mentor for making a change for the better. I've learned how to go from surviving to thriving and unapologetically create a business I love and the life I want for me and my family without worrying about what other people think. And now I'm here to help you do the same. Because being an unapologetic mompreneur doesn't mean that we're selfish or that we don't care about others. It simply means that we are not afraid to show up as our true, authentic selves, to step into our purpose, do what we know is right for ourselves and the ones we love, and take the steps we need to take to make our dream life and business a reality. Join me each week where I'll be sharing all of my best tips and strategies, plus the occasional dose of tough but gentle love to help you feel empowered, motivated, and confident to take action so that you can become the mum, wife, biz owner, and woman you know you are meant and deserve to be. So, are you ready to unapologetically create a business and life you love? Let's do this. Hey there, and welcome to episode 87 of the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. One thing I've learned in my business when it comes to seeing growth, results, and the success that I want is that it isn't always about the big sweeping plans or the long days spent behind my laptop. Sometimes it's the tiny habits, the small intentional things that we do consistently that build the kind of business that actually feels good to run. The kind of business where we're not constantly playing catch up or burning ourselves out just to keep up. The kind that has momentum but also ease, and one that makes progress visible without the need to hustle harder. And so for today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 of my favorite micro habits for moving things forward in a way that is not only sustainable, but feels good too. Those small habits that we can do day in, day out in our businesses that are going to help us move the needle forward, and the ones that really do make all of the difference. Once I started honing in on these and making these micro habits a habit, I really started to see things changing in my business. I started seeing the results that I wanted. I was able to focus better. I was able to get more things done. They are super simple, small micro habits, but mighty powerful that make a massive difference. So you're feeling a little bit stuck in your business right now, or you're not seeing the results that you want. My challenge for you today, listening to this episode, is to pick one of these micro habits and build it into your week over the next couple of weeks. Give it a go and see the difference that it makes. So micro habit number 1 is to create before you consume. Before you scroll, before you open your inbox, before you check in on what everybody else is doing, go create your thing, your post, your offer, your email, your plan for the day. Before you pick up that phone, before you open your inbox, go and do something that you need to work on first. This simple habit builds self-trust. It helps you to stay in tune with you. It helps you focus on your originality, and it helps you build momentum. It also protects your energy from comparison, distraction, and those feelings of self-doubt that come after spending 10 minutes scrolling on Instagram, seeing what everyone else is doing. This was a massive change for me because I used to do just that. I would sit at my desk, and sometimes before I've even got into my office, I would pick up my phone and I would start scrolling. I'd start looking at what everybody else was doing. I'd start then thinking and comparing my stuff to theirs, thinking about what I wanted to work on that day, and then comparing it to what I was seeing on Instagram. And then I just did not feel good enough, that it was rubbish. What was the point? It wasn't going to work. My idea was stupid. And then I would go into a flat spin and a spiral and start self-doubting and second guessing myself. And then I'd go and do something else and I'd walk away and I wouldn't get anything done. But once I started creating before I consumed, not only did I start ticking things off of my to-do list, but I was creating work and I started creating things that were in alignment with me, that were my message, that felt right for me without being distracted by what was going on social media or second guessing myself. Whatever you create, it doesn't have to be big. It can just be one action from you for your business before you consume from other people. So next time you go to pick up your phone or go into your inbox or see and look around at what everybody else is doing, before you do that, go and create something of your own before you consume. It's a simple switch, but it really does make all of the difference. And you'll find not only will you start ticking things off of your to-do list faster, but what you produce, you will have the confidence to produce and be proud of what you are doing because you are creating before you are comparing yourself to other people. Micro habit number 2 is to share what you have to offer. Your products, your services, your offers, you created them because you knew that they could help other people. But if you're not telling anyone about them, how will they know that you have what they need? This one I am super guilty of. I am so good at creating all of the things, but then I'm rubbish about telling you what I have and how I can help you. Just the other day, I was at a network event that I co-host, and we were going around the room doing our usual intros. And the idea that we do there is to share who we are, what we do, and one thing that we want everybody to know. And I actually shared about this podcast, and I shared that I've got a podcast, it's 80 something episodes in, and I never tell people about it. So it's something that I'm working on super hard this year is to actually share more about what I have to offer and how I can help you. Because if I don't do that, then how are you going to know if I'm the person for you and I can help you? This habit is all about showing up, letting people know how you can help them, and making it easy for them to take the next step. Because if you're not inviting people to work with you or buy from you, they can't say yes. Like I said, this habit is one that I'm going all in on this year because I am great at creating things, but not good at telling you about them. And that is going to change. The point here is that you don't need to shout, you just need to share consistently, clearly, and confidently. That's what I'm going to be doing this year. So join me and do the same. Take a look at all of your products, your services, your offerings, your freebies, all of your content, everything that you have going on in your business that you have designed and created and sharing to help other people. Tell them about it. Take a look at your calendar, map out every day, and pick something that you can share every day, whether it's on social media, in a podcast episode, on a YouTube video, in an email to your email subscribers. Do something every single day where you are sharing about something that you have to offer and why people need to go and grab it. Start doing that, and you will see the subscribers coming in. You will see the sales come in. You will see the discovery recalls requests coming in. You will see the more clients coming in. Share what you have to offer. Don't hide it. You've created it and you know it can help people. Go tell them. Micro habit number 3 is to track your stats. I'm not talking about the vanity metrics here or obsessing over the likes and follows or comparing yourself to someone else's growth. That is not how you are going to figure out what is working for you. When I'm talking about tracking your stats, I am talking about checking in with your data so that you can see what is working, what is not, and where the gaps are. Whether it's the number of new subscribers, your email opens and click rates, the number of sales that you've made, or the conversions from your discovery calls. Tracking your stats helps you make smart data-based decisions that will move your business forward. What freebie is bringing in your subscribers? How far into your welcome sequence are your subscribers dropping off? Which of your Instagram posts are getting the most comments on? And which of your Instagram posts are you getting those DMs saying, please send me your freebie? Or I want to work with you. Take a look at your stats and what's going on. It really will help you look at what is working and what isn't working. Just 10 minutes a week doing this will help you give you a better understanding of where you are at. When can you add this to your calendar? It doesn't have to take too long, but it really is worth it. For me, it's part of my CEO Friday sessions. I've got a podcast episode all about how I break that down, so I will make sure that that is linked in the show notes. But spending a few moments for me on a Friday where I'm checking in on my stats, where I'm looking at my subscribers and seeing what freebies brought them in that week. looking at my podcast episodes and looking at whether I've got any comments and how many people are tuning in, and which one of those are leading them to come and sign up for my freebie. I'm looking at my traffic on my website and seeing what pages are bringing the most interest, what is working for me with SEO. Take a look at your stats, set aside some time, and if you want help putting together that CEO Friday, go and take a listen to that episode all about it, and the link for that is in the show notes. Micro habit number 4 is Frog Fridays. There is always that one task that we avoid all week, and usually it's the one that actually helps us make progress in our business, but for some reason we just keep putting it off. If that is you too, instead of letting it roll over again to the following week, try my favorite thing, Frog Fridays. Block out an hour or two on a Friday to eat that frog. No distractions, just a deep dive focused action time block session where you can get that thing done. And even if you don't get to complete it in that time, but you've made some great progress, you're going to end your week feeling on a high and head into your weekend knowing that you haven't got to worry about thinking about what you've got to do for work. I have been doing this for years, and it is such a game changer. Not only do I end my week on a high feeling accomplished, but I get to head into the weekend and enjoy my weekend without that lingering should have feeling. If you want help setting that one up, I've also got another episode of the podcast that takes you through just that, exactly how the Frog Friday works, how to set it up and build it into your day so that you can make it work for you. And if you want company and a little extra accountability to it, come and join one of my virtual Frog Friday sessions where we do exactly this. We all get together on Zoom. We share at the beginning of the session what it is that we're going to be working on. We set the clock, we put our heads down, we get to work. And then at the end of the time, when the timer goes off, we all get back together again. We share the progress that we've made. We do our happy dances, high five one another, and go off and end our weeks on a high. It is super, super fun. Again, you'll find the link to join one of those in the show notes. They are just £10 a session, but it's such a great accountability check-in and to get that task done. So if you don't yet have Frog Fridays into your working week, add them to it so you can get that one task done and end your week on a high. Finally, micro habit number 5 is to take time for you. I know it sounds obvious, but this habit isn't just one that is a nice to have. Because when you take time for you to recharge, whether it's going for a walk, having a quiet cup of coffee, spending 20 minutes doing nothing, you will show up more creatively, more calmly, and you will feel less stressed too. This one isn't about balance, it's about taking care of your energy. And it's about the habit of giving yourself what you need that makes every other habit that I've just shared so far easier for you to show up for. When can you take time for you? One of my favorite ways to do this is to spend 2 hours on a Friday afternoon before I go and get Harrison from school doing something that is just for me. Sometimes I sit and curl up with a book. Sometimes I go into town and sit in my favorite coffee shop. Sometimes I go for a walk with the dogs. Doesn't matter what I do, but I just look forward to it so much. And it serves as a great reward at the end of a busy week. And it gives me something to look forward to too. Now, I admit this wasn't easy for me to do at first. It was actually on my list and one of my intentions that I was trying to do for about a year, and I kept putting it off because I felt like I had too much to do, that there was too many other things going on, that I didn't deserve to take that indulgent time for me. But once I started working on making this a micro habit, it did change everything for me. It really helped me to fill my cup. It gave me something to look forward to. And I found because I was taking time out for me, I still got everything else done, but I was able to rest and recharge and just give myself a little bit of time just to regroup, refresh, and some time on me before everybody came home from school and work on the Friday. And then I was free to spend time with my family over the weekend, knowing that I'd already taken some time for me. Now, notice probably listening to this now that I've been talking about Frog Fridays, afternoons on a Friday for me, taking time for me, tracking my stats on a CEO day on a Friday. A lot of it all is on a Friday for me because that's what works for me. But all of this doesn't have to be on a Friday. Taking time for you doesn't have to be on a Friday. Pick some time during the week where you can take time for you. Block it out, put it in your diary, and make it happen as if it was anything else that you would honor and do. Don't bump it to the bottom of your list on a Friday. for the sake of getting another email done or something else. That can all wait. Take that time for you and you really will thank yourself. It shows that you trust yourself and that you love yourself, that you're giving yourself the self-care and attention that you deserve, that you are making time for you before everybody else going into the weekend, and you will feel so much better. So those are the 5 micro habits that are going to help you take big strides in your business. Remember, it doesn't have to be and isn't always about the hours you spend at your desk or the grand plans that you make on paper. It is the micro habits, the small, consistent choices that create big, lasting changes and results over time. So here are the 5 micro habits quickly again. Micro habit number 1 is to create before you consume. Go create your thing, your post, your offer, your email, your plan for the day before you start checking in on social media. Micro habit number 2 is to share what you have to offer. Because if you don't tell people about what you have, how are they going to know that you have what they need? So make something a list where you can create and share what you have to offer every single day. Micro habit number 3 is to track those stats. Check in with and use your data to help you see what is working, what's not working, and where the gaps are. Micro habit number 4 was Frog Fridays. Set aside an hour or 2 on a Friday to eat that frog, that one task that's been hanging over your head that you've not had a chance to get done yet. Because then when you do, you will feel super accomplished and be able to end your week on a high and go into your weekend without worrying about all of those should-haves. And then finally, micro habit number 5 was to take time for you. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, it doesn't matter what it is. Just put some time in your diary every single week to show up for you. You really will thank yourself. So my challenge for you this week then is to pick one of those habits and give it a try. See how it feels to bring it into your weekly rhythm. Notice what shifts and how much further forward you get, even if it is subtle. And if you do, I want to hear all about it. Send me a DM over on Instagram at the Unapologetic Mompreneur and let me know which habit you are going to try first. That's it for today. Here's to the micro habits that are going to lead to big results. You've got this, Mama, and I can't wait to chat with you soon. Bye for now. Thank you so much for joining me for another installment of the Unapologetic Mompreneur podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. And if you have a moment, I would love for you to leave me a rating and a review so that other mompreneurs can find this podcast too. Here's to unapologetically becoming the mum, wife, biz owner, and woman you know you are meant and deserve to be. I can't wait to chat with you in the next episode. Bye for now.